guys, it's Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. I am back from my, I guess you can say, maternity leave. If you've been following along with me, I gave birth to my beautiful baby girl 8 weeks ago. So yeah, she came a little early. She came 11 days early like I knew she would, but she was a healthy baby girl, 7 pounds, 11 ounces, 19 inches. Now she's probably like 13 pounds, so mama's milk is doing really good for her. So I just want to say I'm back. I'm so excited to get back to Pilates. I've been cleared by my doctor. So if you are with me and you were pregnant with me and you're getting back to Pilates, please make sure that you were cleared by your doctors, usually around 6 weeks if you have any complications with your delivery. So let's go ahead and get started. I just wanted to throw this in here before we start. I want to talk about Diastasis RECTI, and that is basically the separation of our core muscles. They run vertically, so our rectus abdominis, which is our six-pack abs, run vertically down our stomach. Usually it's really common for pregnant women to have the separation. It doesn't always happen, but it is very common. So it's very important before we start doing ab work to make sure that you check to see if you have it. You can ask your OB to look for it, or we can check yourself. So if you weren't pregnant, didn't have a baby, and know you don't have DR, go ahead and just fast forward me and jump right into the program. But if you want to check, stay with me. It doesn't take long, and we're going to check right now. So you can check on your reformer, or you can check on a mat, whatever works for you. So let's go ahead. And we're gonna lie down on our sides. Just be careful if you had a baby, how we lie down and how we get up. So slowly lie down. If you have a platform extender, now's kind of a good time to put it on there just so your feet are gonna stay flat. Your headrest can come flat too. And so feet flat, head flat. What we're going to do, place your palm on your hand. So your palm's down on your belly and your fingers are facing towards your feet. And from here, you're just going to bend your palm, and now you're going to press. I'm going to push my pants down a little. So you're going to find your fingers, and you're just going to put it right into your belly button here, okay? Then you're going to take your left or right hand, whatever one you're using, and you're going to come on up into almost a crunch, looking down at your belly button. Chin comes down, and kind of engage that core. Right now your core is engaged. Now you're going to take your fingers and you're going to press it into your belly button. And what you're looking for, you're trying to feel those abdominal walls. It should be on the right and left side. And now you're going to measure by the width of your fingers. So I was very fortunate to not have any separation, little to none. So I'm really not getting any fingers in between the two abdominal walls. Probably like barely a finger in. Okay? So if you can get 2 fingers in, yes, you have DR, and that's okay. We can fix that with some special exercises. But if you're getting 4 to 5, 3 fingers in, then that's a severe case, okay? So check your belly button, see how many you can get in. If not, totally fine, that's great. And then you're gonna come right above your belly button, still staying flexed into the core is engaged, and you're looking for the same separation if you have it, and below the belly button. So it could be more on top, middle, or below, just depending. And so yeah, just go ahead and check that. And like I said, come on down. Once you figure that out, you're just looking for the sides, your core muscles on the side, and you're measuring how deep your fingers can go in between the sides of, how many fingers you can place in between those core muscles. So if you're pressing it in and you have about 4 fingers in there and you can feel your core muscles on each side of that finger and you're pressing in, then you have a severe case of DR. And I would talk to your doctor about that before you really start getting into a lot of core work, because core work can actually make it worse, okay? And if you just have 2 fingers, it's a very light, mild case of DR, and you can still work on core work, and we'll just practice on bringing those muscles back together. And if you don't have DR, awesome. So once you go ahead and check that, let's slowly come on up. And I'm gonna roll my pants back up. Good, guys. So I'm hoping that was helpful and you're able to find or see if you have DR, the separation of the core muscles. So with that being said, hopefully you were able to figure it out. And if you can't, like I said, just go talk to your OB, talk to your doctor, your physical therapist, if you feel concerned that those muscles are separated pretty severe, sorry. So let's go ahead. Now we're going to jump into our reformer workout. So we're going to start with just some feet work. So bring your bar all the way up to the top level. I'm setting myself up with 2 heavy springs and 1 light spring. So I have 2 reds and 1 blue, okay? We're gonna do single leg work. So if you're doing Pilates and you know what you like to do your single leg work on, go ahead and set yourself up. If you wanna stay with me, 2 reds, 1 light. And you can bring your headrest up. And let's come back on down onto our backs. The headrest can come up. We're gonna place both feet onto the foot bar and press them like you're up against a wall. So flexing the feet, make sure the heel of the foot is on the foot bar. We're gonna bring our right foot up to tabletop with a foot flex. So both feet flex as you press up against the wall, engaging that core. We're gonna take a deep inhale here, and then exhale, extending that carriage all the way out and in. So make sure your foot's right underneath your sit bones. You're not too far in and you're not too far out, keeping the foot flexed, both of them, and pressing that carriage all the way out. See if you can stop right before you fully extend that knee, and then when you come on in, see if you can stop right before it hits that stopper. So by doing that, we're keeping the quad and the glute engaged the entire time. We're not allowing that little like rest right when it hits the stopper or when you fully extend. So it's gonna definitely burn out our leg and feel really nice, but you're gonna feel it a lot quicker. So stay with me, focus on your breath, exhale out, inhale through the nose, exhale out, and use your breath, guys. Don't be afraid to make that exhale through that pursed lip. Inhale, and then exhale. Good, let's come in halfway, and just little pulses out. That quad is fired up by now, mine is, so keep breathing. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Press all the way out and come on in. Both feet down, and we're gonna take it right into that other side, okay? So bringing your left ball of the foot onto that foot bar, left, it's been a while since I filmed, obviously. Left leg at tabletop, right heel on the bar. Inhale through that nose and exhale through that pursed lip as you press that carriage out, stopping right before you fully extend that knee and coming all the way in and stopping before it hits that stopper. Inhale in. Good, try to keep both feet flexed. And in. Good job, guys. Really feeling those legs fire up. Make sure that leg is right underneath your sit bones, just like the other side. Keeping your weight center on that heel. Make sure you're not rolling out into the side or rolling in. Good. And try to stop right before you fully extend and when you come in. So you're keeping that tension there. So your leg should be definitely fired up by now. Mine is. Exhale and inhale. Good, couple more here, and then we're gonna go right into those pulses. Out, and then come in halfway, keep the foot flexed, and just pulse in and out. Feel those quads for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, all the way out, and come all the way in, both feet down. Good, we're just gonna do a quick little spring change. So just slowly roll on up and take off 1 heavy spring, okay? Just 1 heavy spring only. So you still want 1 heavy, 1 light on. We're gonna roll back down. And now we're gonna do bridge work. So drop your headrest flat. So if you had it up, make sure it's flat. Always a flat head when you're doing any type of bridge work here, okay? So both heels onto the bar. Make sure they're about hip distance apart, right into the sit bones. Flexing the feet from here. Come into a nice little posterior tilt, squeeze those glutes, and we'll push through those heels and lifting up, okay? Press through those heels, lifting up. You want to think about reaching your knees forward towards that wall in front of you, but relaxing your chest plate. We're not up here like this, okay? Relax the chest, squeeze the glutes. You're lifting through the hips, not your rib cage here, okay? When you're there, and then we're gonna roll down. So really try, I took off that heavy spring, so it's kind of making the carriage a little bit lighter. So it's a challenging work to try to keep that carriage still as we lift and squeeze those glutes and down. Keep those glutes engaged the entire time through the lift and through the roll down. Nice and slow here, okay? Slow and effective is what we want. We don't want anything too fast. Take your time, rolling up. And you're really trying to keep that carriage still. You don't want it to push out. Squeeze those glutes up and squeeze as you roll on down. Good job, guys. So your glutes should be fired up by now. Mine definitely are. The slower the better, the more effective we are getting from this exercise. And down. Good. Last one. We're going to stay on up. And then just pulse up. Try not to pulse through the hips. Push through those heels. You're pressing through those heels. Your heels are actually what's lifting you, keeping that tension in those glutes. Firing up. Glutes should be on fire. If they are, you have done this correctly, and I'm right there with you. Keep going. Little pulses. Keep those knees reaching high towards that wall in front of you for 5, 4, 3. Keep that carriage still. 2. Last one. Stay up. Now press through those heels and out and in. Keep those glutes engaged as you press that carriage out and in. Staying high in that bridge, but relaxing that chest plate again. Please don't lift that chest up. You're just pushing through those hips. Good. Let's go for 4. Squeeze those glutes, guys. Stay high. 3, 2, and last one. Come on in and roll on down slowly. Whew. Good job, guys. Now, let's slowly come on up again, and we're going to do another spring change. So I'm going to take my glute off, and I'm only going to have one res. So we're kind of just like going down in springs. We're going to come back onto our backs, and now we're going to do some core work. So this is where I'm going to talk about if you had DR, if you just had a baby like me, we want to take our core work slow. We just gave birth not too long ago. I'm only 8 weeks out. So I cannot just jump back into core work like I did before baby, okay? So I have to take it easy. And honestly, any type of core work that I do, I feel it right away. So we're gonna do a little progression. Depending where you are, if you don't have DR, then you can go ahead and just kind of do this in advanced level, and I'll kind of guide you through that. But if you do, we'll do a little progression, and you just do what you're comfortable with. So let's go ahead, lay back down. So you want one heavy spring on. You're gonna reach behind you. Sorry guys, really quick. Let's go ahead and drop your footrest. Your bar here, okay? Just so we have more room to move our legs, because I want to do a progression with people that do have DR or just had a baby. So I want their legs to be able to move without the bar in the way. So drop your bar, roll on down, grab your your straps. And now we're gonna go ahead. I have my hands in the short straps, so if you have the option, go ahead and grab short straps, okay? So you're gonna bring them in front of you, and you're just gonna press in them just a little till that carriage moves from the stopper, okay? So you have tension in those straps the entire time here, okay? So from here, we're just gonna bring both legs to tabletop. So as we bring our legs to tabletop, let's go ahead and find that posterior tilt. So now, neutral spine, you have that nice little gap under your back. Posterior tilt, especially when you do any ab work with knees in tabletop, you wanna lift like your hip bones closer towards your belly button. Engage that core so your back comes flat onto that mat or reformer, and bringing our legs to tabletop here. So a little tension in the in your straps here, so it leaves a stopper so you can feel the tensions in the strap. legs at tabletop. And we're just gonna take this nice and slow. So here we go. So we're just gonna do toe taps, down and up, switching the legs. Now, if this is too much for you and you just gave birth just like I did and you feel it too much, or anybody that's just getting into ab work here, if it's too much for you and it feels not too well, keep one leg down and just toe tap one leg at a time. You're still gonna fire up those abs. Engage that core. Just this little movement for me, guys, I can feel this because I'm engaging my core and I'm moving through my core muscles. I'm not feeling this in my low back. I'm gonna bring both legs up because I feel comfortable able to do it. So I'm just gonna drop one toe at a time. If you don't have DR and you are more at advanced level and you want a little bit more challenge, go ahead and lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, keeping the tension in the straps and dropping one toe at a time. And remember, we're not dropping like this. Move through those legs. Good. This is too much. You can keep your head down. So just doing toe drops, and we're going to add on to this in 3, 2, and 1. Both legs back to tabletop. You can bring your head down or you can keep it lifted. Now we're going to go ahead and add on to it. So kind of intermediate level, we're just going to extend one leg at a time. So keeping the tension in those straps. Carriage is still at a standstill, but it's away from the stopper. So you're still working into those arms, challenging that core just by holding this out like this. So we're moving one leg at a time. If you want to add on to this, head, neck, and shoulders come up and down. And another thing here, guys, the lower you lower your leg on that extended knee leg, the more in the abs. So if you lift it and you extend it kind of higher up, it won't be too intense. The lower you lift it, the more you're going to engage that core and really feel it, okay? So you pick which height you want, and if you can bring your head, neck, and shoulders up. Good. And if you want to add on to this even more, you can bring your arms all the way down, fully extend them, and keep extending one leg at a time, keeping your head and shoulders lifted off of that carriage, engaging that core. And if you really want to add on, you can do double leg extension. So you pick and choose what is comfortable for you, where you are in your abs, if you have DR, if you do not have DR, and if you just gave birth. So you have a lot to think about with core work, and I just wanted to really focus on that today, just for this part of my workout, because I just did have a baby, and core work is definitely something you need to be careful with coming from that. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. You can keep them all extended, and for my advanced people, let's go ahead and just scissor kick those legs. For 4, 3, 2, and last one, bend both knees and come on in. Good job, guys. Go ahead and place those straps back onto your carriage and slowly come on up. Good. So if you had your platform extender on, if you had one, you can go ahead and remove it. We don't need it anymore. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. And now we're going to transition coming onto our side. So we're going to keep that one heavy spring on, and we can lift our foot bar up now, it's down. Good. Keeping that one heavy spring, and now we're going to go ahead and lay onto our sides. So as we get into this position, we're going to go ahead and grab our strap. Place your foot onto the foot bar, pressing out, and then taking that top leg, which is my right leg, and I'm going to place it into my strap here. And then keeping that leg extended, you can keep your bottom leg at tabletop position. And now we're just going to do bend and stretch. So keeping that foot flex, you want to stop at tabletop, 90 degrees, right above your bottom leg, and press out. Try to keep it up at hip level. Good. So just a few of these in and out. Just back to that core work. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I know a lot of you probably that are subscribed to my channel are more at the advanced level. That's why you like my workouts, because I keep them pretty challenging. But I know there's a few of you that just had a baby too, that have reached out to me on my Instagram. So I wanted to make that, especially for you girls or anybody that has DR and has been checked for it, or hasn't been checked for it in that beginning part. Hopefully that was really helpful for you too. Good guys, let's go for 2. And last one, fully extend. And now we're just gonna pendulum kick out and in. Hardest part here is keeping that leg up at hip level. We haven't dropped it, so we're really toning our hip adductors and our glutes. Good. Flex the foot as you sweep and then point the toes as you bring it back. Good job, guys. Pull those shoulders back, engaging that core for 3, 2, and last one. Good. We're going to bring it up to the ceiling. Make sure you stop here. I was practicing this yesterday and I was kind of like in my mind and I wasn't fully engaged with my body and I overextended and I pulled something. So you want to stop right there. Make sure those muscles are engaged the entire time. Don't go off in la la land like I did. Don't hurt yourself and pull back. So we're just doing circles here. Up, drop in front of you and pull back. Especially with like this heavier weight, they can really pull your leg back if you're not fully focused and allowing that stop right there. Good. Come on up. So we're going to go ahead and switch direction, on this last one. So bring it on up and now we're going to switch. So we're going to pull it down and circling around. So getting that nice stretch to the inner thigh too. Try to keep that leg up at hip level when you bring it down, so it's still there. We're not bringing it all the way down and letting it relax. We're keeping that tension through that hip abductor the entire time. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. So we're going to keep our foot in that strap and we're slowly going to come on up here. And we're going to come onto our knees. So we're going to be kneeling facing the back of our reformer, but you want to keep your foot in that strap the entire time. So take your time getting out of it. If it's too hard, come on up and just put it back onto your foot here. And you want to kind of come closer towards that right side if you're working that right side with me. And what you do, kneeling, want that strap to kind of come onto the side of you, and we're going to keep that carriage as still as we can, and we're just going to go into a nice little fire hydrant. So keep tension into that strap, really push through that strap, and you're just going to open and close. The carriage will move just a little, but that's okay. But you really want to try to keep it as still as possible, and you can place your hands on your headrest or down onto the carriage, whatever works for you. But you really are working into that right side hip adductor or abductor. Good. Whew. Firing it up. We're going to add on to it. So let's go ahead and add a kick back. Come in and open up to fire hydrant. Kick back. Come in. Open up to a fire hydrant. Good. So I'm not going to keep saying it. You get the routine. Just keep on going, slow and steady, engaging that core the entire time, pulling it in closer to your spine. Let's go 3 more times. For 3, 2, full extension when you kick that leg back, and last one. And slowly come on up. Good job, guys. Go ahead and take that strap off, and we're just gonna go right into that other side. So I'm gonna turn around, my back's gonna be facing towards you, but that's okay. We're gonna come down onto our side, and now I'm on my left side, my right side, sorry, and I'm gonna work my left leg. So I'm gonna place both feet onto the foot bar, Press that carriage all the way out, taking that top foot and placing it onto my left leg here, my left foot, sorry. And from here, we're just gonna go right into bend and stretch. So bottom leg's at tabletop, and you're bringing it right at 90 degrees and then kicking through that heel. Try to keep your hips stacked here, engaging that core, pulling those shoulders back. Good job, guys. And keeping that leg up at hip level the entire time. Do not drop it. Focus on your breath. Inhale through that nose and exhale through that pursed lip. Try to take these nice and slow. Full extension out, coming in at 90 degrees. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Keep that leg extended, and now we're going to go into that pendulum kick. So bringing it forward and then pulling back. Flex the foot as you bring it forward, just comes right on top of that bottom leg, and point those toes back. Keeping that leg up at hip level. We haven't dropped it yet. Good job, guys. Keep going. Feeling the glutes and the hamstrings really connect here to pull that leg back for 3, 2, and last one. Now we're going to bring our leg up to the ceiling, and now we're just going to go into those little leg circles. Same thing like on that other side. Make sure you get full extension up, but don't bring it too far back where you lose that connection in the muscle like I did yesterday, and I really pulled something. Good. Just want to make sure we're staying on track with time. For 2 and 1. Let's reverse the direction. Forward, up to the ceiling, and down. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. We're going to keep that strap on our foot if you can, and we're going to come on up, kneeling on our reformer, facing that back wall. Good, so now that we're facing the back wall, we're just gonna go right into this fire hydrant. So make sure you're closer towards that left side. The strap is kind of lying on the outside of your left leg. And from here, we're just gonna open. Make sure you keep tension in that strap. We're gonna open and close here, okay? So that strap's laying on the side of your leg, and you're lifting it with your leg as you open and close, engaging that core. Try to keep that carriage still. Feel that hip abductor fire up. Slow and steady here. Not too fast. Slight bend in those elbows so you don't hyperextend them. Good. Couple more of these, and then we're going to add on with that kick back. Good. Now let's go ahead. Kick through that heel. Get full extension. Come on in, and then fire hydrant open. And in, and fire hydrant. Good job, guys. Strong core, slight bend in those elbows, reaching that head long towards that back wall. So think of a nice long spine. You're not hunched over. Let's go for 3, 2, and last one. And come on in. Good job. Slowly come on out of that. Put that strap down. And now we're going to go ahead and face, kneeling facing the sides. So I'm going to face you guys first, the camera. We're going to do a spring change. I'm going to take that heavy spring off, and I'm going to go back to my light spring, my blue spring, okay? So you're going to grab that strap closest to the one in front of you with you. And I'm going to walk my knees closer to the spring so I have more tension on that strap. And from here, I'm gonna grab, if you have the option of short strap, little strap, I'm gonna grab that short strap. From here, we're gonna bring our arms up to like goalpost and abs on. If this is too much for you and you have knee problems, you can go ahead and sit on back. But if you are kneeling up like this, it makes it a little bit more challenging for the core and it adds more tension onto that rope here. So with that being said, goalpost arms, we're gonna come on overhead, stop there, interlace your fingers, and you're just gonna do a nice little side bend, pinching that right waist, coming on up, and releasing the arms back to that goalpost. Stay at shoulder level. So now that you have the idea, take your time here. Nothing too fast. Try to keep the arms up at shoulder level when you bring them down. So not only are we working into that waistline, we're working into that into the shoulders. Engaging that core, pull those shoulders back. And when we come into that nice little crunch, think about bringing your lowest rib to meet your hip bone and back, okay? So you're just really pinching into that waistline and opening up that opposite side of the body. So a lot of muscles working here. Use your breath. Good job, guys. Let's go for 3 more. For 3. For 2. And last one. And down. Good. Good. We're going to stay there. We're just going to flip our palms facing in towards each other, kind of like hug a tree. And from here, we're just going to bring it on in, interlace the fingers, and now we're going to just rotate towards that right side and back to center. Okay? So really try to rotate using the core, getting into those obliques. Keeping your hips square to the camera, and you're just moving through that waistline, moving kind of your rib cage and back to center. Good job, guys. Feel that nice little twist like you're wringing out a towel. And in, slow and steady here, just like all the other moves. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and last one, back to center and releasing the arms. Good. So we're still going to hold that strap, and we're just going to move our bodies, and we're going to face in front of that reformer now, okay? So I have both feet up against the shoulder block, and I just have it in my left hand only, okay? And I have the short strap in if you have that option. Bring it in, bring it right by our side of our body, and we're just gonna go into some biceps, single arm biceps. So think about having your arm glued to your body, and you're just bending at that elbow joint and back in. So you can place your opposite hand on your hip, whatever works for you. If it's too much on your knees, go ahead and lean back onto your feet, whatever works. Just strong core here if you are kneeling up, okay? You don't want to go face first into that well. And you're just bending and extending through that elbow joint. As you can see, my arm's not moving. I'm just bending and extending. Strong core here. Good job, guys. Working into those biceps. Let's go for 5. Use your breath. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Go ahead, shake it off. Whew, definitely feel those. And now we're just going to go into single arm circles. And I'm just going to do the movement with my right arm with no band, just so I can counterbalance myself. From here, palms flat, and you're just going to come up and just all the way around. That's it, okay? So like serve the platter and then circling all the way up. See if you can fully extend that arm as you bring it up and keep it extended as you circle around. Try not to let it pass you like back here, okay? You want to keep it in your peripheral vision the entire time. And we're just getting some nice mobility through the shoulders and really still shaping them up. So let's go for 3, Use your breath. 2. And last one. Come on down. Good. Last exercise with single arm. I'm going to hinge back towards my feet here, and I'm going to bring my arm up and around. We're just going to do some triceps. So because this arm's free, I'm just going to place it right behind my arm here up. And that's just going to keep my arm steady so it doesn't move. Same thing like biceps. Arm stays glued towards our ears, and you're just bending and extending through that elbow joint, okay? Feel those triceps fire up. Engaging that core. Good. Keeping your arm as glued and narrowed towards your head as possible. You can hinge forward here a little. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come on down. Good. So before we hit that other side, I kind of want to go around the whirl. So come off your reformer, keep that light spring on, and you're going to grab both straps, okay? So when you have both straps in your hand, pull them so your carriage leaves the stopper, and you can either stop, come on into your well, or my reformer is at home reformer, so it's a little bit more narrow, and I'm a little bit taller, so I can bring my feet outside that reformer. I'm long enough to have them out, but if you have a studio reformer and your reformer is wider, then stay inside that well. But what we're going to do, we're going to come into a wide second. So it means your toes are pointed towards the corner of the room. And we have both straps in our hand. We're going to push our palms down, okay? So once you go there, we're going to come into a nice little plie squat. So come down to a nice plie squat, and now you probably wonder why I'm outside of my reformer if you can. Good. So what we're going to do, when we pull that reformer in towards, we're going to come into a nice row, so elbows out wide, and when you come into that row, you're going to come on to the balls of your feet. So you're going to elevate, and then you're going to drop the heels and let that reformer come back home. So as you pull into that row, lifting both heels. So stay low in that squat, squeeze that back, and lift those heels. So a lot working here, so take your time, find a spot on that wall, and focus. Feel those inner thighs fire up when you come and lift those heels up, and then slowly dropping them as you let that carriage come home. Engaging that back muscle, proud chest, squeezing those scapula blades closer towards each other, but not pinching, and back down. Engaging that core. So I'm going to stop talking because I'm out of breath. So just a few more of these, guys. Use your breath. Two more. And the last one, keep that carriage pull, engaging those scapula blades, squeezing them closer, keeping those heels lifted, and now keeping that carriage still and just pulsing little pulses up and down. Whew. Engaging those inner thighs, feel those quads fire up for 3, 2, last one. Stay there. Drop your right heel and just pulse on that left leg, keeping that left heel lifted for 2, 1. Switching. Drop that left heel, keep that right heel lifted, keep that carriage still, and pulse. For 3, 2, and 1. Both heels lifted. Keep them lifted and just pull back. Burning them out. Let's go for 5. Whew. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both heels down and slowly come on up. Whew. If that did not fire up your quads, I don't know what would. Also, your inner thighs should have been working really hard too, guys. So, go ahead and place that right strap down. And now we're going to come onto the other side. My back will be towards you, and we're still on that light spring, okay? So we're going to be kneeling if you can, and make sure you're closer towards the springs so you have more range of motion. Short strap in hand here, And now we're just gonna come into that goal post, and then we're gonna bring them up overhead, interlace the fingers, bending towards that left side, closing that gap between the smallest rib bone and hip bone, opening that right side of the body, back to center and open. Just like that other side. So I'm not gonna talk the entire time. Just focus on your breath, pulling those shoulders back, finding that connection in that side body as you bend, and feeling those shoulders working just as hard here. Good job, guys, and keeping them up at shoulder level the entire time when we drop them back to our goal pose. Breathe. Let's go for 3. 2. And last one. Stay up there, bring them down, just switching the palm position. And now we're gonna come into that hug a tree motion. Interlace the fingers, keep them there, and now just rotating towards that left side, wringing out that towel, and back to center. Pull the core in closer to your spine, especially on that rotation, and you'll really feel those obliques fire up here, okay? Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Good job, guys. Rotating towards the front of the reformer, and we're gonna go right into those bicep curls. So same thing, gluing your left arm towards the left side of your body. You can bring your right side. You can bring your left hand on your hip, and you're just gonna bend and extend through that elbow. Try to keep it nice and glued to your body, okay? So you're really putting this into your bicep, and that is it. Good. If you can't be on your knees, you can go ahead and sit back onto your feet. Whatever works for you. Slow and steady here, guys. Same thing. Slow and controlled moves. Feel those those biceps fire up. Getting a nice workout with the single arm. Focusing on just one arm at a time. Good. Strong core here. Again, if you are kneeling, so you don't go face first into your well. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, now we're going to place both hands. I like to use both hands here just to counterbalance. Nice little routine. And we're going to serve the platter forward and then circle all the way around. Okay, so like I said, you want to make sure your arms stay in your peripheral vision. You don't want to have it come back too far back behind you. So you think about it, if we have one strap on, we're really working into our obliques just as much as our arms so we don't rotate, okay? So our abs are working just as hard as our arms here. So we're not rotating towards that side with the strap. Good, so nice circles here. Get full extension with those arms for 3, 2, and last one. Good. Last exercise with single arm. Come back and sit onto your heels. We're going to come up and around, keeping our arm glued towards our head, closest to our ear. You can take your opposite hand and place it onto your arm just to kind of spot it. And here we're just going to bend and extend through the elbow here. Feel those triceps fire up. You're not putting this in the shoulder. This is not a shoulder press. This is for our triceps, okay? So keeping them nice and glued, and you're just bending and extending, and you should feel the back of the arm doing all that work. Nice strong core here. Draw it in closer to your spine. You can have a slight hinge forward. Focus on that breath. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, and one, slowly come on down, and go ahead and put that strap back. Good job, guys. So now let's go ahead and find our box. We are almost done. I just want to get a back extension in here. So I'm going to find my box. I'm going to do long box. I'm going to switch to a heavy spring. So I'm going to take my light spring off and I'm going to put my heavier spring on. So one red spring, if you're comfortable with this. I want to do some back extensions because I'm a nursing mama, so just bending forward a lot. I'm really starting to feel my shoulders round. I'm feeling a lot of tension in my back. So I just want to open up my chest. Chest has been feeling really tight. Go ahead and drop your foot bar all the way down, and we're going to come onto our box kneeling. So slowly, hand, hand, thigh, thigh, and we're going to come on down. So, ladies, make sure your box is right under your bra strap so you're not pushing too much into your chest here. We're going to choke up onto our straps here, so make sure you're on the rope. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and bend in. So look into your box like there's a movie playing. So starting position is all the way down. Press your pubic bone into that box, point the toes. You're keeping your legs engaged here, okay? And we're just gonna do straight arm, pulling them back. So as you pull your arms back, bringing up the head, lining the neck and shoulders and the spine in line. And as you pull all the way back, think about lifting that chest up off the box, keeping your eye gaze down. Push that pubic bone into the box. Don't break your wrist and come on down. So a lot to think about here, okay? So come on up, really working into that back. And like you can see, I'm not like this. I have my head down and I'm lifting up through that chest, squeezing my glutes, pushing my pubic bone into that box, and then slowly coming on down to starting position. Let's do a few more of these. Come on up. Your arms are just swinging straight back, okay? We're not coming into a T position yet. And down. And last one. Make it good. See if you can bring that chest up even higher off that box. And come on down. Good. Take a quick little breather. We're almost done here. We're just going to come into a nice T. So now for this next one, your arms are going to start up here, above your head. And now we're going to bring them up out into a T. So same thing with our head, neck, and shoulders as we come on up. We're going to come bringing up. And as you bring your arms back towards your body, lifting that chest up off the box, eye gaze stays down, and then you're bringing it back to that T and back over your head into starting position. So let's try that again. You're going to swing your arms up to the T, shoulder height, all the way back, squeezing those glutes, push that pubic bone in and down. Good. And let's do one more here. This feels so nice. I really need to work these muscles again. And then all the way back down. And take a quick breather. Awesome. Go ahead and put that strap down. Come on up. One last exercise here. I promise that we will finish legs and straps. I just want to hit the inner thigh a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to be sitting onto our box here. And I'm going to take the long strap if you have the option. And I'm going to place it onto my foot. And I want to just have it right underneath the ball of my foot, in between the ball and the heel. Okay, so that nice little groove there. Make sure you're on your box, and you can bring your free leg. You can either keep, you want to have it off of the floor because your carriage is going to move. So you can keep it onto your carriage here, or you can bring it onto your box. You're going to extend your moving leg here, flexing that foot. Hold you onto your box here, nice straight spine, and you're just going to bring that foot in and out. It's a very small move here, nothing too big. Keep that foot flexed. Keep that leg fully extended, nice and long. Feel that inner thigh working hard to bring it in and out. Good. So nothing too big. Like I said, focus on your breath, strong core. We won't be here long. If this weight on the heavy weight's too heavy, go down in a spring. But you just want to make sure that your inner thigh, especially on that left side, working really hard, whatever foot's in that strap. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come on down. Whew, feel that burn, guys. We're gonna turn around and take it right into that other side, okay? So I'm gonna take my strap, same thing. Now I'm gonna work into my right leg. I'm gonna place the strap right onto the bottom of my foot. I'm gonna bring my left foot onto the box. If you want, whatever works for you, both hands onto that box. Fully extend that right leg, flex that foot, and moving that carriage by bringing your leg in towards your body. Good, small and slow, controlled movement here. Just really want to try to keep that leg nice and strong, keeping that foot flexed as you bring it in towards your inside of your body and then back out. Good job, guys. Keep going, slow movement here. It doesn't have to be big. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place that foot down and go ahead and put that strap back. So good. We can get rid of our box now. Let's go ahead and put our foot bar all the way back up. And now I'm going to add a spring. So I have one red on and I'm just going to add my blue spring. So you put whatever you're comfortable with legs and straps, and I'll meet you down onto the reformer. Okay, so now that we're back onto the reformer, pressing one leg out, putting our feet into the straps, the long straps. And then from here, let's go ahead and just find first position, heels together, toes apart, and we're just going to bend and stretch. So as you bring your feet in, flex the feet, and as you bring them out, point the toes. So bend and stretch, flexing in, pointing those toes out, really zipping up through those inner thighs. Feel those inner thighs engage as you push out, okay? Good, so nice, just legs and straps, nice little cool down. It's so nice to be able to lay on my back again and not have to use that wedge when you're pregnant. And it's also so good to lay on my stomach again, able to get those really nice back extensions. I really miss those. So I love being pregnant and I miss my belly so much, but I do like to be able to get back into these nice exercises that I miss so much that you can't do when you're pregnant. And extend, good. Stay out, make the feet parallel, and just bend and stretch out and in, keeping your heels glued. Same thing, bend the toes, flex the feet in, point those toes out. Keeping your feet together. We're just cooling down, guys. I hope you enjoyed this workout. It's been a while since I filmed, so I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot or kind of stumbling over my words, just kind of getting back into the groove, especially doing Pilates again and having my body back. So, and out. Good. From there, keep them extended. Now let's just extend the legs up. Feel the back of those legs, that nice stretch, and pull down. So come on up, flex the feet. Keep the bottom, your sacrum, onto that carriage. As you lift, don't lift it up. You don't want to come up like this. You want to keep it glued. So only allow your legs to come all the way back as far as they can, and keeping that your butt glued to the reformer. First 3, 2, and last one, go right into your leg circle. So all the way around, see if you can get full extension or as wide as you can here, depending where you are. Should feel really nice. Good. And then We're going to go ahead and switch the direction. So bringing the legs up and down and around. So same thing, just switching in that direction, making them as wide as you can. Controlling in the core for 3, for 2, and the last one here, guys. Good. Last thing here, just go ahead and flip your feet in towards each other, so heels and toes kissing. You're making a nice little diamond shape with your legs, or a frog shape, and you're just bringing your feet down towards the springs and just allowing your straps to rest on your body. And we're just going to take a quick second here. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take as much time as you need here. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly come on out of that. Both heels onto that bar, placing your straps back up, and slowly rolling on up. Sorry, a car was passing by. Okay guys, thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed that workout. This is me coming back from having a baby 8 weeks ago. It's not usually like my other videos that are pretty challenging. I'm just kind of easing into it. I don't want to overexert my body, especially any of my core work. That's why I did that core work in the beginning for anybody that's following along with me who just had a baby. So I really hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.